30 minutes on the dick. I like that. Are we recording already? So you can't see this, folks at home, but the giant black dick from an earlier episode is now being used to prop up the timer. So I think from now on the saying is, oh, there's another 30 minutes on the dick. Let's go.
Also, great stamina. 30 minutes on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's doing well.
The length and girth of that, you'd want to hope it's... I'm too far from the microphone.
Yeah.
You'd want to hope that it's...
No, I'm talking about stamina of the receiver.
Oh, right.
Which is our audience.
So some of them might be givers.
No, I forgot to mention, I have noticed you limping in here, and I thought it was your gout playing up again.
No, it wasn't gout.
No?
No, so, mate, as they say down on the farm, I've blown a calf.
Yeah.
That was what I've been waiting to say. That's what I've been waiting to say. Would you believe?
I told you not to tell anyone. What happens on the farm stays on the farm.
So obviously, you know, people that know me, despite the way I outwardly look, I go to the gym a bit.
Yeah.
And so I'm fat, but I can lift heavy stuff.
Kind of fit, kind of fat.
That's correct.
Great. Yeah.
But during COVID, I spent an enormous amount of money on a home gym setup, which I barely used because it turned up basically in time.
Oh, wow, that's going to resonate with a lot of people because how many others did the same thing?
Yeah, so I've got this squat rack and the bar and the weights and all the bullshit.
Yeah.
And I very rarely use it, but I've kind of been going to the gym slightly.
The only time I lift the weights is to move them out of the fucking way.
Yeah, the ones in the shed for sure.
So I can fit more beer in the
anyway,
fridge.
So yesterday, which was Sunday, I thought, and I hadn't been since Thursday, and thought, I'm going to have a little crack here, and so did some stuff and finished with a little. Listen, are you listening?
I am trying to. Yeah, keep going.
Come on, Kate.
Yeah.
Anyway, I finished my little weight session with a skip, sit-ups, punch the bag, and then a few less skips, a few less sit-ups, punch the bag. And then when I got down to the end, I thought, I'm going to throw some double unders in. I haven't done double unders for ages, which is, you know, two swings, which I'm shit at. The most I've ever done is 3 in a row.
Yeah, and for people
skipping,
just listening, and what I'm pretending I know what the fuck double unders are.
So you're skipping, but instead of going around once, one jump, the rope goes around twice on one jump.
So what does that mean? You got to swing, you got to jump higher, or you just swing your arms?
You got to swing. You got to swing faster.
Yeah,
which is why I'm not good at it.
So it's a wrist exercise.
Yeah, you should be great at it.
Okay, yeah, true.
Anyway, I'm not good at it. I can three in a row is the most I've ever done. Anyway, I thought, I'll give a couple of double unders a go just to finish.
Yeah,
and just I train barefoot most of the time, and I'd whip to the bottom of my toe with the rope, came down awkwardly. And like I said, as they say on the farm,
you've blown a calf.
I've blown a calf.
I'm very impressed. I would like to bring you to the farm, and just to show you what you would have to do.
Yeah.
No, I would like to give you a bit more airtime this run round because I feel like you need it. Like there's been.
Mate, look, people want to hear from me.
Yeah, people have been blowing up saying that I hog the mic and I'm always shouting over you, and I just want to really apologise for that.
I don't like the fucking smarmy fucking attitude that you just, like, we've been getting on fine for 13, 14,
I really
15,
enjoyed
16
today,
episodes.
yeah. I think once a month is palatable with you.
But
I really love your sunnies. You can't see it at home. Look into the camera. Fucking watch it on YouTube. Get a subscription, you tight ass.
Yeah, listen,
fuckers.
we need to get to 50 so we can live stream.
But he looks like an angry bird because he's got like fake eyebrows. Look into the glass and take them off.
I can see it. I can see it. A good friend of the show a little while ago, and I don't want to identify.
I'm not going to say it either.
I don't want to identify them in any format.
But great content. Thank you so much,
great
mate.
Content.
Yeah.
Sent through a list of things, and I should say that this person is one of the most genuinely nice people I've ever met. And when this list came through, I was like, this is incredible.
Wow,
I can't believe this person's been...
He's got another side we didn't know about.
He's been... Well, we've said he now, but anyway, he's been bottling some things up. So we'll work our way through them. There's a kind of bunch that are stuck together here. I'll do the first 3, and then we can talk about them. So, and actually, I've got a slightly related one to something here that I'll just interject with at the end. But anyway,
Oh,
Here's the first
you can interrupt yourself.
Yeah. Here's the first 3 things that are all related. Fuck sparkler exits.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck fake sparkler exits. Even more. And I'm not quite sure what that means. We'll come back to it. And then fake sparklers when every fucker vapes and there's nothing to light the sparklers with. I'm not against sparkler exits per se. The problem with a sparkler exit is logistics.
Yeah.
So most of the time, a sparkler exit's like a confetti toss. It's
timing. Yeah.
No, but it's for a photo.
Yeah,
it's a photo opportunity.
Yeah.
And so your problem with the sparkler exit is the clues in the word exit.
Mm-hmm.
In that it's when the bride and groom, or the bride and bride, and the groom and groom, or as whatever they want to call themselves.
Good save.
Thank you. Well, because obviously people other than women bake. That's a callback.
Oh, yes, I apologise profusely.
Most of the time, your photographer...
I bake, actually. So I don't know why I said it.
Your photographer is, paid up until... it might be on a 10-hour package or a 12-hour package or whatever, 8 hours, 9, 7, 6, whatever. Mostly they're going home. They do, half an hour of dance floor footage and they're gone.
That's what he means by the fake one.
Yeah, I guess. But
the fake is
but I'll come sweep back around to that. So obviously, if you're having a sparkler exit as you leave, your photographer's gone.
Yeah.
Generally, if you're paying for us to MC, we're gone. Everybody's gone.
Yeah.
You need to try and it kind of defeats the purpose of trying to get a great photo. I guess when he's saying fake sparkler exits, he means, staging it for the photo. But my argument would be there, and this is what I always...
As in doing it partway through the reception to look like it's the end of the night, but it's not.
Yeah, but my argument there is, and I've done this a number of times, is make the sparkler not so much an exit, but the entry to the first dance. So, I'm
and then you can reverse the footage and it looks like...
But whether it is or it's not, you're still getting the same photo.
Yeah.
You're still getting a photo of you walking through a tunnel of sparklers. Yeah. And it kind of... It's not fake in the terms of let's pretend we're leaving and do the thing. You're still incorporating it into part of the night.
Yeah.
And
the vape comment's funny. I've had a few where they didn't have smoke machines, so they just got every vapor there to have
for real?
Have a big chaff lay down on the ground and fucking blow it up into there, and they walk through it.
Is that real?
Sensational, yes, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I actually had on my list, and it just said vaping.
Yeah.
Because obviously when you're at a wedding,
it's
just like... And it's, mate, I mean, this is the old man in me now.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I've told this story a bunch of times, but, I was at a wedding standing around with the groomsmen and they're all, vaping or whatever the fuck. Like, offer you the fucking little plastic battery charged thing. Do you vape, mate? I go, no, I'm an adult man. Thank you. I'm welcome to stand here and watch you have a fucking... snort on your battery-powered guava, watermelon, fucking whatever it is, you fucking idiot. I do have some cigars in the car if you want to have a proper crack, but otherwise, wake up to yourselves.
Or some jet fuel if you want.
Honestly.
Not your Bacardi Breezer.
Jesus Christ. So do you have the... Because I think we might as well work our way through this person's list.
You'll have to fling the phone because I can't find it.
And some... I'll be honest, some of the... Again, this person... I couldn't have more respect for them.
Yeah.
But some of the views expressed here, I'm not entirely on board with.
I did have a message the morning after their wedding. I said, hey, how was the rest of the night? Because I leave at the first dance and whatever. So they had the sparkler exit after that.
Yeah.
How's the rest of the night? I get a photo sent back, no text, photo back, groom's hands burnt to the shithouse. And I wrote back, what the fuck happened? He said, well, we accidentally lit the marquee on fire.
Jesus Christ.
So the sparkler exit... went very pear-shaped, plastic marquee.
So two things, several, no, maybe not two things. It might be more than two things. Here's some tips. Buy the extra long sparklers, which are available, and they're probably only available because weddings started using them.
Yeah.
Have more than one lighter available, and moreover than their lighter, like a little blowtorchy thing that you can light them quickly, because... if you've got 80 people, trying to light 80 sparklers in a timely manner is problematic.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think the answer is you light a couple and then
you light
them off the thing.
Yeah.
And then, when the couple is walking down the tunnel of sparklers, just use your fucking wits.
Yeah.
Like, don't hold them so close that their fucking hair catches fire or whatever the fuck.
I used to have hair.
I used to have hair, and I lost it in a terrible sparkler accident. But yeah, But look, I'm not against them, but some planning needs to go into them and some forethought.
Here's a good one.
How's that for sensible wedding advice we said we wouldn't fucking do?
Yeah, I know. Fuck co-pilot weddings. It's like hiring a photographer and asking a friend to use the photographer's camera.
Yeah, so this is a very celebrant-focused point.
And very targeted. And I think nearly all of us have done one, or at least one in our career. Where
I might have.
To some degree.
Which is what that is for folks playing at home is that you might have a friend that you think will do a great job doing your ceremony, but they're obviously not a celebrant. So you still employ the friend to do the bulk of it, and then the celebrant just pops in and does the legal section. I mean,
your thoughts?
I couldn't be fucked. To be brutally honest, if someone contacted me, it would have to be somebody that I kind of knew, and would get involved with.
I'm doing one on Saturday, and it's friends where I didn't have a gig booked. I got a Friday wedding. I had it booked out for Mardi Gras, but now I'm not going.
Yeah.
And
I need to stop popping this Kinder Surprise with the condom in it.
The situation is it's kind of a rushed wedding because groom's father's pretty sick, so it wasn't planned out.
Different thing.
The bride's brother, he's a great public speaker and didn't have the chance to do the course.
Do you know all the people?
Yeah, didn't have the chance to do the course.
Knowing all the people is a different thing. If sometimes we'll get an inquiry where
a stranger,
it's a stranger saying. Yeah. Look, and to be honest,
it's a cost-saving measure.
Well, sometimes it's a cost-saving measure. Sometimes it's just because, like in this case, you've got someone that will do an incredible job, but they're not qualified.
Yeah.
Because really, you just have to be a loudmouth, apart from the legal parts.
Yeah, exactly.
But from my perspective, and I know there's plenty of celebrities out there that don't mind doing it. I know some that I'm friends with, like, actively advertise that they'll do it.
Yeah.
To get people on board. From my perspective, I'm a big lazy prick. It's a lot. It's because people say, "Oh, well, they'll do all the ceremony. You just need to do legal bits." And the next thing you know,
you're helping them write the
they're
fucking
contacting
thing.
you about how to write it, what they should say, and you end up doing the fucking thing anyway. And all they're doing is reading your thing, and you're like, they're paying less than half price.
And it's like
or whatever.
this weekend, I'm more inclined to do it because of the situation where I'm friends and whatever. Whereas if it was a complete stranger that hit me up, and so yes, I have been involved in helping with the vows and the ceremony and whatever. Yeah. But I accepted that gig and offered to do, and that's fine. Whereas if it's a complete stranger and that they want to do the co-pilot thing because you're only going to charge a certain amount or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Then you end up getting stitched up with helping with all of the production of it.
Yeah.
Then you get a bit salty about it.
Well,
but you put yourself in that situation to start with. So if you like doing it, it's fine.
Yeah, if you like doing it, great, have at it. Like, no dramas. But the other thing to think about is, if you're out there thinking, look at these two pricks fucking being picky and choosy and whatever. The other thing to think about is...
We've earned that.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're asking any celebrant, let's say on a Saturday to do that, and obviously it's going to be less money because they're doing less work and that's what will happen.
Yeah.
But, either one of us or anybody else, you could get a full paying job on that day. It's like people who want just illegals only at 2:00 on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I'd love to help you out.
Yeah.
I've got no issue with it per se, apart from the fact legals only is about a third the price of a normal wedding. Yeah. And I'd be giving up, if you want to do a co-pilot or illegals only on a Wednesday at lunchtime,
but go for it.
Knock yourself out. Yeah. I'd probably do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, flip her over. What's next?
We're so smooth.
I know.
We're going to have to bring this table with us, Lincoln.
I like this one because I'm on board wholly and solely for this. Well, kind of. I'm a very empathetic person. I can see people's you like that? But it says...
You're part of that?
I'm partly.
No, I mean partly as in part of the word empathetic.
Yeah, pathetic. No, my name's not Emma. Look, and I should say all of these are all fuck something, which, I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
But fuck weddings where guests pay for their own drinks. A large part of me agrees wholeheartedly with that. But I'm also aware that people want to get married, they want to enjoy it with their friends, and they might not have the funds to do that, and I get that entirely as well.
I think two sides. If the couple has got kids and they're going pretty conservatively on all other aspects of the wedding, by all means, I think it's reasonable to ask your guests to pay for drinks. But if you're going to fucking Europe for 8 weeks after your wedding and dropping $50,000 on a honeymoon, maybe don't ask your guests to pay for the drinks.
I think that's a good point, well made.
Pretty well balanced, that one.
Yeah. That's right. If you're obviously
got the money to do it.
If you're budgeting all the way through,
yeah,
and it's pretty obvious, then great. If you're blowing heaps of money on bullshit and then you're asking your friends to shell out for beers, that's a bit how you going.
Yeah.
Which and to be honest, in that circumstance too, most people are going to turn up to the wedding and sling you 50 or 100 or 200 bucks anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, that next one, we'll read it out, but we can probably skip it because I think we've talked about it at length previously.
Yeah, no, we have. Fuck fancy canapes. Hit me up with chicken skewers and spring rolls over your fancy horseradish beetroot bullshit.
People can't see your beautiful face.
Oh, well, I was trying to let them hear me for once.
Fucking
because they see me on YouTube all the time. Not you. On the YouTubes, yeah.
What was it? Fancy canapes.
Well, if you were listening, Kate.
I don't mind a fancy canape.
Same.
I mean, I also like a spring roll, but
well, maybe depends on what sort of toilet situation you've got. If you've got portaloos, spring rolls and party pies all the way.
Look, and again,
but if you've got fancy toots, then you could have horseradish bullshit canapes.
That's probably budget dependent also.
Yeah.
And so, it's horses for courses.
Yeah.
What works, what doesn't. I mean, obviously this person that's in this list, have a go at yourself, mate. No, I'm kidding. Fuck Pinterest and chat GPT vows, personalise them, or fuck off.
I could not agree more.
Yeah, look, yeah.
I'm like very blunt with couples when I tell them, I give them a guide and there's a blog that I contribute. I think you did the same blog.
Maybe.
Years ago. Anyway, it's basically a whole wedge of celebrants in Newcastle, and it's our opinion on vows and do this, don't do this, whatever.
I was involved in that. I'd forgotten all about it.
Yeah. Anyway, so I send that along with a bit
Whose
of
is that?
Bit of a
Julie's?
guide. Nah. Oh shit.
Anyway, this is shit content.
Yeah.
Move on.
Anyway, so send that, and I said when I help you with your vows, it's not a guide as to what to do and what to write. It's a guide as to how to avoid writing shit vows.
Yeah.
And my big thing is don't go to Google because it's all garbage and it's been heard before. Everyone's got different opinions on that, but I tell them when you submit your vows to me. After,
what
and
are
it's
they submitting
always
them to you for? Like, what are you, the fucking vow police?
No, because you know why? Because it's my fucking business, mate, and I run it the way I want to run it.
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah.
Anyway, so back to me. Thank you very much.
It's been here for fucking hours, mate.
When they send the vows to me, it's a week after they've sent the quiz answers to me where they tell me all about their story and the language that they've written their quiz, story. Yeah. And I tell them if that language does not match the tone that you've written your vows in, I know it's from Google. It's going straight in the fucking bin. And 1 in 100 have not, realised that I'm going to pick it up.
Yeah.
And then I, grill them on it and say, no, you got to have another crack, whatever. And in the end, it ends up being good. But inevitably, if something does slip through the cracks.
Yeah, but what are you? Who are you, the arbiter of good?
Well,
fair enough.
Yeah. But I had one bride recently thought, oh, these are pretty bloody beautiful vows. The next day, I saw it on TikTok in America.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise because I thought, oh, well, this is legit, and it was in the tone.
But if she wants to do that, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, but I think it discounts. I care because I care about them. I care about them.
I
don't just care about baking.
I hope we get to this. We're running out of time. I've got something else to say about that. But anyway, now my argument there is, and this is in my, because obviously we're the same. We're all.
And you've said a couple of sets of vows. You know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. I've done a couple of times. I couldn't. The first ones I couldn't even tell you. Well, but it was in church. So
no, they didn't matter anyway.
Church
so
ones.
No.
Church ones.
Yeah.
But I and this is the same pattern that I give. Because you meet with a couple and you tell them the same.
Yeah.
You have the same conversation 5 times a week. But I'll say, look, colleagues of mine, people whose opinions I very much appreciate, are online telling you, don't use Google, write them from the heart. If you're Shakespeare, great, you do that. If you're not, Google is a perfectly acceptable resource to find ideas. However, do not cut and paste, because words will come out of your mouth that everybody that knows you will go,
That's not you.
where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah.
The people who I've done meetings with are going, this is what he said word for word. And it is what I said word for word.
Yeah.
And I did it at my own wedding. And I say, don't just Google wedding vows, because you get pages and pages of shit.
Yeah.
Like love, honour, obey, like churchy stuff.
Fuck that.
I said, but you think of something that is meaningful to you and each other, and do that with wedding vows, because there's 8 billion people on the planet. They all can't wait to put their shit on the internet, and whatever you can think of, someone's already done it and it's there.
Yeah.
And then you go, and so I say, this is what I did at my own wedding. This is what, and so I did it. This is what I did. I used to make, when Kate and I first started hanging out, I used to make her watch Doctor Who all the time. Add that to the Star Wars list.
Yeah, God.
And which she wasn't really a very big fan of.
Yeah.
Obviously, because she's a normal human.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
And so 5 years later, when we got married, I went, Doctor Who wedding vows. And all this stuff came up, and I went, I like that idea, but I'm changing all of this.
And a bit from this.
And I like this idea,
Yeah.
but I'm changing all that. And if I want them to work, I need to write some shit in the middle.
Yeah.
And it was just a shortcut to get you to where, but you still, it's like exactly like you said, it's still in your voice.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just because the hardest part, I think, is the sitting and the staring. Like if you're not a person accustomed to writing things that you're going to speak out loud in public,
and
the sitting staring at a blank page is fucking daunting.
You've said plenty of beautiful fucking things in your relationship, no doubt, to your
yeah,
partner.
but maybe they haven't, mate. Not everybody's like that.
Or if you have, it's in a intimate situation where it's just you two.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not in front of 100 people.
Well, that's the other thing.
And fucking Doris that you see once a week getting the bins in.
But that's part of my shtick is when I'm telling them about it, I go, listen, and one of the other things is people are often gun shy or embarrassed or anxious about saying all the lovely things in front of all the people.
Yeah.
And this is exactly how I word it because I want it to stick.
Yeah.
Nobody there gives a fuck about anything you're going to say. And people go, what? And I go, they do.
Because it's all about us.
No, but I go, they do.
No,
They do care because you wouldn't have invited them and they wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
They're all there because they love you. But you think of any wedding you've ever been to. Tell me what their vows were.
Yeah.
And 9.5 times out of 10,
Yeah.
they go, dunno. And I go,
Unless...
no, but I go, no, hang on. And I go, you know why? Because it's not for you.
Yeah.
It's for the two people.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just lucky to have a front row seat. All anybody does is go, oh my God, that was so beautiful. Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
So the only time they'll remember is if you say some wild shit.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, remember at your wedding when you said
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah? Like that fucking idiot that was been online about tapping his missus or whatever. Remember that everyone saw it like a couple of months ago. There was a video going around of a bloke who winged it and basically just talked about how he wanted to root his missus.
Oh, nice.
And it was disgraceful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not against Google, but it's just for hints and tips and even like I said, the hard part I think is the sitting and the staring at a blank page.
Yeah.
Even just to go, I like the way that's set out. I
Yeah.
like the way that is. Like I once had a bloke rewrite Blink 182 lyrics. That's all he did. He took all the small things and changed it to be about them because they were huge Blink 182 fans. She thought it was fucking great.
Yeah.
Just to see different ways of people doing different things.
Yeah. No. But I still stand by mine. Don't go to Google. It's fucking shite. But I don't know. I just...
Not everybody's a writer.
No, that's it.
I mean,
No.
I'm not a writer. I'm fucking struggling. I'm no Nell Dark Jones.
No. Oh, she's incredible.
She's incredible.
Yeah. But don't ever hug her. That's just...
No, don't hug Nell Dark Jones.
No.
She will not like it.
No. Anyway, moving on. What else is my turn?
It is your turn. Second last one. This is the... Oh, I was going to say this is the blah blah episode and name the person, but I forgot we're not naming them. So, but it's pretty much their entire list.
True to form. Fuck seating plans and sitting your guests with strangers to small talk between bar trips. Cocktail style, or let them sit with who they fucking want.
I disagree.
Yeah. Pourquoi?
I partly disagree. Cocktail style is great.
Yeah.
I did that at my own wedding. There was no sit down. It was just substantial food in noodle boxes brought round after the canapes and ham later, as we discussed.
Yes, ham bone.
However, I think the no seating plan, and I think we briefly touched on it in another episode just recently, it's a bad move in that people try and sit in groups and the groups don't always work out equally. So they're all sitting together, and then there's one seat there, and a couple don't get to sit together because there's one there and one there, or whatever.
Or Red, like I just can't. It's so easy. Seating plan, fine, absolutely fine. If you've only invited the right fucking people to your wedding.
Yeah, that's right.
That solves both problems. So,
but I think there needs to be a seating plan. You need to tell people where to sit, even if it's not like the seat, but like at that table. If you're having sit down, at that table, because that way you can spread the people out evenly. There's not like, there's 9 at that table, and then they wanted 11 at that table.
Or maybe there's a thing at the, with the seating chart at the front. How do you know the couple? Friend, family, don't know them, and then you get the ticket, and it's basically fucking.
But it's like when
it's a voucher for a taxi home. See you later.
When you're
but everybody else gets a table number.
Yeah. But when you're trying to make people sit at a wedding, let's say they've got individual seats at the ceremony.
Yeah. I hate that too.
But I'll say to people now, like, if you don't sit down now, and then you go looking for a seat, you'll end up with one there, one over there, and one at the back, and you're a family of 4.
Yeah.
Now, one of you is standing and the other 3 are split. Just come and sit down, get it done, stop dicking around.
All right, last one. What's he got? He, she, they. What do they got?
What is? Yeah. We've said he 50 times, so it's down to 50% of the population. Fuck huge wedding parties. 4 maximum. Trim that shit. It's not a MySpace top 8.
I've had some that is like honestly the wingspan of a jumbo. The biggest fucking bridal party
Look,
ever.
and again,
wedding party. It's just crazy. But
it's unwieldy. It's a problem. It looks weird.
It's their day.
Yeah, exactly. I met with a couple just in the last week or two. The groom is one of 11.
Yeah.
So
how do you pick your siblings?
And they're not all up there, but that means that it's going to be pretty big.
Yeah.
And that they've got both sides quite a big wedding party. So while it's, a pain in the ass, to be honest, it's quite good for me because I don't do the
individual roasts.
Yeah, very often unless I'm looking for material and then I'll do it.
Yeah.
But
if
it's huge,
if it's a really hot day or it's a long story, I'll cut that and group it.
I'll
just do guys and girls.
But I use it as an opportunity for me to say, because I might not have been doing the roast anyway.
Yeah.
But just for some material, I'll go. Sometimes I'll introduce them all to you one by one, so that you know who they all are. But I've got to get home for dinner, and there's 1,000 of them. So just give them all a round of applause for their support today.
Yeah.
So I quite like it when there's a big one because I get to, there's another cliche I can throw out there.
Yeah, good.
You're saying good like you're trying to rush me along.
No. Well, I'm looking at the clock. And
the
big black dick is telling us 2 minutes 22.
The tick-tock on the dick clock.
Oh, fuck. Now we can do play school.
Yeah. There's another T-shirt.
Today we're going through the round window.
I'm going to read this one, which we got kind of almost a month ago.
Oh, I've got a good one here.
Right, we'll do 2 more.
Yeah. No,
so
we can do as much as we want.
Yeah.
We run the show here.
I can't believe I haven't even got through my list.
We're doing so well. And by we, I mean I.
So, see what happens when you put a little bit of effort in?
Blow it out your ass. You could have just given me the compliment.
So this one is from another wedding professional, and this is a statement that I'm not entirely on board with.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to share from somebody's perspective.
Yep, go.
String quartets are a waste of money, sound shit, and set a 0 vibe. Unless you're a coked up Sydney new money influencer, if you want, the reason they're shit is I can guarantee they don't rehearse. They rock up on the day, sight read whatever shit song you've asked them to play. They sound like a 3rd grade string class because they don't give a rat's.
I love it because it's so pointed.
It's very. But I can only assume this person had a bad experience with
100%, and that's clearly where it's coming from because I've only ever had good experiences with strings.
I would
love them.
I would say I'm ambivalent.
And you're going to have to explain that.
That means I don't give a fuck.
Isn't that where you can change colours?
No, that's no.
Oh, no,
that's a chameleon.
No, that's ambidextrous. No,
that's using both hands.
Oh god, I can do that too.
Can you?
Yeah.
Like Daniel Skeen.
I always pick the middle seat.
I don't care. The ones I've seen were fine. I'll be honest. I think this person has a background in music, so has probably more of an idea than me.
Yeah.
It's not my jam. Like if I was getting married, I wouldn't have a Ode to Joy on a string quartet. That's not my bag.
I love strings, but playing
tight around your dick. Sorry, I've misunderstood.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But playing current songs.
Oh yeah. Oh, one of the best.
Songs.
One of the best I've ever had. Jurassic Park theme.
Oh yes.
Da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na, and people didn't know what the fuck it was. Just like this nice classical piece, and I was standing up there and I didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, nice.
And like looked at the groom and go, "Is this the Jurassic Park theme?" And he goes, "Yep."
Do you know Hello Hello?
Do it. I do. I used to watch
British French comedy.
Yeah.
So the theme tune.
Tell me how it goes.
Oh no! Anyway, I had a French bride, and she, as a surprise to her, that she grew
Madonna
up
with the
watching
big boobies.
Madonna with. René.
Yeah. An old mate had a car accident right towards the end of the series and nearly died, and he ended up coming back. He had a scar down the middle of his forehead like Frankenstein.
Who, René?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Towards the end of it, he ran into a sign and it split his head open. There you go. There's a bit of trivia.
All right, we're gonna do this right.
So this is a perfect example of your old man's influence with
I know.
old British comedy. Oh yeah. As soon as I heard it, I knew. We're gonna get flagged on YouTube. Turn it off.
Anyway, I had a French bride, and she surprised her family by getting that played.
That is
on the strings,
amazing,
and the accordion and the whole lot, and it was fucking incredible.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of all of the weird instruments. And apologies to anyone that plays a weird instrument for calling it a weird instrument. Cause
I'm going to throw in.
Sure, you call it a pet or something.
One more thing just to finish us out. Jesus, I've had so many more things on
Oh, well, you're going to have to put a bit more effort in next time, mate.
No, put less effort in is what I'm saying. This is just a real easy. It says, on my list says, me, dog hater, Instagram. This is just a little short story. There's a bloke on Instagram called The Doggist, right? He just walks around New York taking photos of people's dogs and getting a little
Not
shorts.
where I thought you were going with
you're
the
thinking
doggist.
dogging.
Yeah, dogging.
Yeah, that's different.
And yeah.
But anyway,
pray tell.
He so he's in New York, documents people on the street with their dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great account.
Yeah.
Very popular, millions of followers. But he did one the other day where this person was out on the street with their golden retriever with the comb, like combing and like in big clumps of fur coming off, and this relates to work because it comes in my Instagram business account.
Yeah.
Combing this dog with big lumps of fur flying everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, who the fuck does this in the street? Like, it's gross. Someone took offense to that. So I logged on to Instagram one morning and so-and-so has commented on your post, and I'm like, who the fuck's this? And this woman,
complete stranger,
commented on one of my business posts. Don't hire this guy if you love dogs. He hates them. He comments on dog pages about how much he hates them.
Oh my god!
And I would just put like laughing emojis underneath. So I'm not engaging.
Talk to her. Tell her what you really think of her.
You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah, go
fuck yourself.
If you were honestly, if we wouldn't stand out in the street here combing the dog and letting the fucking fur fly in the air.
And worse than that, I wouldn't comment on some Instagram post of a business page.
So saw that I'd commented going, who the fuck does this in the street? Came to my business page. Don't hire this guy if you like dogs. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Bye for now.